Hi, my name is Julia James Davis, and I invite you to come with me on a mind-bending journey into the world of art. John Singer Sargent's Madame X appears to be a portrait of a proper and fancy and perfect Parisian woman. However, the true history of this painting is actually much more scandalous than what first meets the eye. The sitter for this painting was renowned beauty Virginie Amélie Gautreau, who went simply by Amélie. She was known for her otherworldly porcelain skin, her reddish hair, her striking aristocratic nose, and her unique and really expensive sense of style. Moving in important French circles, one would not know that Amélie actually was a Creole born in Louisiana. Amélie's parents were wealthy plantation owners. They were even thought to own the largest real estate holdings in the very posh New Orleans at a certain point, and their massive plantation was worked by hundreds of slaves. The Civil War came, and Amélie's father fought on the side of the Confederates. He fought in the Battle of Shiloh, where he was killed, and after the war ended, the Avenues were all but broke and without a future in the South. Amélie's now widowed mother saw a path to success for her beautiful daughter in Paris, where they already owned an apartment. Many French Creoles who were wealthy during this time worked really hard to keep their European roots alive, often owning apartments in Paris and even only speaking French despite being born and raised in the States. Amélie's mother was domineering and strict, and she became obsessed with finding the most financially and socially advantageous match for her daughter, despite her less desired American heritage. Amélie successfully married a very wealthy French businessman and quickly became an it girl on the Parisian social scene. She was stunningly beautiful, and every man wanted to sleep with her, and every artist wanted to paint her. But she was very picky about both. Although rumors swirled around Amélie that she had many extramarital affairs, and this is likely because her arranged marriage was almost entirely devoid of any love, only one of these affairs can really be substantiated, and this is with Dr. Samuel Jean Pozzi, who was a renowned French gynecologist and also infamous womanizer. Through Pozzi, artist John Singer Sargent was introduced to Amélie, and like everyone else, he was awed by her beauty. He petitioned to be allowed to paint Amélie, and in 1883, she finally agreed. Sargent was sure that this would be the painting to make his career as a great society painter. He was young, only in his 20s at this point, but he was already generating a lot of buzz because of his ability to paint his sitters with an aura and importance unlike any other portrait painter. He also knew that by painting Amélie, she would be able to connect him to other wealthy clients that might like to hire him in the future. Because Sargent knew that this painting would either make or break his career, he obsessed over every tiny detail: the pose, the background color, the scale, and most especially Amélie's dress. Sargent himself went through Amélie's wardrobe and selected the now infamous gown that she wears. Tight, black, and low-cut with no accessories to distract from her famous visage, which he wanted to be the focus of attention. The color black was an intentional choice by Sargent because it was read as subtly erotic by Victorian viewers, and he wanted to play this up, so he also painted her with one of her straps of her gown falling off. She's painted with her face in profile to highlight her unique nose, and she's also seen in an almost life-size scale. When Sargent completed the work, it fully encompassed Amélie's beauty and her personality, and both of them were positive that it was a masterpiece. When the work debuted at the Paris Salon of 1884, audiences, however, had an entirely different opinion. The salon goers said that Amélie was vulgar, disgusting, and totally ugly. What perturbed viewers the most about this painting, among many things, was the falling strap, which they saw as a prelude or the aftermath of sex. Needless to say, both Amélie and Sargent's reputations were totally ruined, and Sargent went as far as to try and pull the work entirely from the salon. Having been panned by critics and audiences alike, the work failed to sell to either Amélie, as it was expected to, or to any other buyer. But I think that this actually might have pleased Sargent in a way, because he could then take the work back to his studio and put it away and totally forget about the whole scenario. Before he put away the painting entirely, he made one slight edit to the work, which was to repaint the falling strap to sit firmly on Amélie's shoulder. It took Sargent going to America to recover his career as a portrait painter, but eventually he did recover his popularity and his reputation. Amélie, however, did not have such a positive fate. The reception of the work entirely shattered her confidence and her self-esteem, and after a few years, she became a total recluse, never really leaving her house. And she also had all of the mirrors taken down from her house so that she would never have to look at herself again. In 1915, she died in almost complete obscurity with no family aside from an estranged husband. A year after her death, Sargent sold the now infamous Madame X to the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York City, where Amélie's great beauty and scandalous history remain immortalized.